I just want to welcome Jennifer Neptune to come to help us out with some Neptune plant medicine.
So this is the flower, but the berries of elder are amazing too. And I always pick those. So those are going to be coming up in a couple of weeks. Yep. High in vitamin C, super for your immune system. And it's kind of like, I kind of call it, it's like the flu shot if you don't want to get a flu shot. If you take elderberry syrup, like a tablespoon every day, you'll have an amazing immune system and probably make it through the winter without getting anything. I've done that before when like people were getting pneumonia and all these awful things, and I never even got a cold. So what you do is you pick the berries, and then you take them off the stem, because that's one thing about like elderberry. The wood part has, I think it's arsenic. There's some chemical like that, so you wouldn't want to be like cooking the twigs. So take it all off the things, and you can either pick them off or you can use like a fork and just run it through and the berries will come off. Then you put it, you cook it, and there's a couple different ways to do it. You can do it with honey or you can do it with sugar. And you just, you boil it for a certain amount of time and it will thicken up, and then you strain it out so the berries are out of it. And then just bottle it up, and you can freeze it or put it in your refrigerator, or can it. Yeah, you can also make jelly with it. Like sometimes I'll make, if I have like tons of syrup, I'll make jelly and then just put it on your toast every morning, and you're getting kind of the same thing, and it tastes really good. Yep. And if you have people or kids that are fussy, it's really good in ginger ale. Like take a big tablespoon of it and put it in ginger ale and mix it around, and it tastes like soda. I mean, it's half soda, but yeah. If a spoonful of sugar will make the medicine go down, use it. So I think if everybody like looks behind them on the grass, we can probably all find plantain. And that's a really good plant to know. If there's only like one plant that you can remember, this is a really good one just because you can find it so many places. It's like this anything kind of a plant. If you cut yourself, get plantain. If you get stung by a bee, plantain. If you get a spider bite, this is the one to go to. So what it does is it draws out like venom, it draws out poison, it will draw out infection. We'll go look and see if there's still some here. Last time there was some chaga on the birch trees. Chaga is like a fungus, I think. It grows on the birches. It looks like burnt wood, and it's really good for your immune system. They use it actually in Russia. If you got cancer, that's what you'd be taking is chaga. So it's hard, it's really hard, almost like wood. So you chop it up, you cut it up, or grate it, or whatever you have to do to get it small, and then make tea, or you can put it in coffee. So why don't we go for a walk, quick walk, because I've been talking a lot, and we'll go over here and see if the chaga is still there on that birch tree. So see how the dark, it kind of looks like burnt wood?
Yeah.
That's chaga.
Somebody already got it?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That dark, it looks like it's burnt on that tree.
Yeah.
That's chaga. So birch is another, and usnea. I'm just like looking. Birch has the same chemical properties that they use to make aspirin with. It's like salicylic something or other. Yeah. The inner bark. Yep. So not so much like the paper birch, but the yellow will smell like wintergreen, and wintergreen also has that. You know how you smell it? And so you can use wintergreen, you can use yellow birch for headaches, for arthritis pain, anything like you would use similar for aspirin. And then that green stuff that's hanging from the trees, that's called usnea. and usnea, and that's an example of like a medicinal plant that you would just use for specific purposes. Like it's very powerful. You wouldn't use it all the time, but that's one that's used for pneumonia. It's used for, it's antibacterial. And that is actually two plants that are growing together. It's a strange little thing. And if it was low enough and we could reach it, you stretch it. Do we have some?
There's a little bit right there.
Yeah.
Old man's beard.
Yeah. So this is a little dry, but if we got it wet, yeah, it's not really stretching. But when it's wet, yes, let's see if we can bring it back. You can stretch those little strings and you'll see like the outside is that pale green and the plant that's growing inside is white and it's like an elastic. And as you pull it, it will stretch like a rubber band. But I'll just pass that around.
So what do you use that for?
So you would use that when you need something really strong, like somebody has pneumonia.
How would you take it?
Yeah, you would take it. That one you make a hot tea. It extracts in hot water, and so a lot of times people will make a tea and then they'll do like this double extraction thing and make a tincture. So they'll put alcohol after.
Okay.
It's kind of an involved thing, but you could just hot water and tea and a little bit. Like that's one you don't want to take like a great big bunch of it because it's really, really powerful. You know, you just need a little bit for a short amount of time. And that's another one too, like infections like on your skin. It's also good for that. Wounds that have been infected. You can, pack it in there and put it on top.